Welcome everybody. We are now streaming the second part of my Elven Mage Norin Lavellan Trespasser Trials. She just landed in Haven. We just got our pre-order goodies there. And I have done this part of the game about 1,000,000 times. Okay, maybe that's a slight exaggeration. I'm going to try to look at it with new eyes this time. I'm not going to go out of my way to explore too much, but...
That's her. That's the Herald of Andraste. They said when she head out of the veil.
There's nobody over there. Just one guy.
That's her. She stopped the breach from getting any bigger.
I heard she was supposed to close it entirely. Still, it's more than anyone else has done.
Normally I go the other way, so I didn't realize there were so many people over in this direction.
Why did Lady Cassandra have her in chains? I thought Seekers knew everything.
It's complicated. We were all frightened of the explosion.
Chancellor Roderick says that the Chantry wants nothing to do with us.
That isn't Chancellor Roderick's decision, sister.
Okay. Let's see what Chancellor Roderick is on about.
Completely mad. She should be taken to Val Royo immediately, to be tried by whomever becomes divine.
I do not believe she is guilty.
The elf failed, Seeker. The breach is still in the sky. For all you know, she intended it this way.
I do not believe that.
That is not for you to decide. Your duty is to serve the Chantry.
My duty is to serve the principles on which the Chantry was founded, Chancellor, as is yours.
Okay, enough listening at the door.
Chain her! I want her prepared for travel to the capital for trial.
Disregard that, and leave us.
You walk a dangerous line, Seeker.
The breach is stable, but it is still a threat. I will not ignore it.
So I'm still a suspect, even after what we just did.
You absolutely are.
No, she is not.
Someone was behind the explosion at the Conclave. Someone most holy did not expect. Perhaps they died with the others, or have allies who yet live.
I am a suspect?
You, and many others.
But not the prisoner.
I heard the voices in the temple. The Divine called to her for help.
So her survival, that thing on her hand, all a coincidence.
Yep.
Providence. The Maker sent her to us in our darkest hour.
You realize I'm an elf. A Dalish elf.
I have not forgotten. No matter what you are or what you believe, you are exactly what we needed when we needed it.
The breach remains, and your mark is still our only hope of closing it.
This is not for you to decide.
You know what this is, Chancellor.
It's a big
A
book.
writ from the Divine, granting us the authority to act. As of this moment, I declare the Inquisition reborn. We will close the breach, we will find those responsible, and we will restore order with or without your approval.
Well, he's got nothing to say to that, does he?
This is the Divine's directive. Rebuild the Inquisition of old. Find those who will stand against the chaos. We aren't ready. We have no leader, no numbers. And now, no Chantry support.
But we have no choice. We must act now, with you at our side.
What is the Inquisition of old, exactly?
It preceded the Chantry. People who banded together to restore order in a world gone mad.
After, they laid down their banner and formed the Templar Order, but the Templars have lost their way. We need those who can do what must be done, united under a single banner once more.
Whoops, my smartphone going crazy there. Sorry about that.
But aren't you still part of the Chantry?
Is that what you see?
The Chantry will take time to find a new divine. And then it will wait for her direction.
But we cannot wait. So many Grand Clerics died at the Conclave. No, we are on our own. Perhaps forever.
You're trying to start a holy war.
We are already at war. You are already involved. Its mark is upon you. As to whether the war is holy, that depends on what we discover.
What if I refuse?
You can go if you wish.
You should know that while some believe you chosen, many still think you guilty. The Inquisition can only protect you if you are with us.
We can also help you.
It will not be easy if you stay. But you cannot pretend this has not changed you.
When I woke up, I certainly didn't picture this outcome.
Neither did we.
Help us fix this before it's too late.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's montage time. The music, I think, is going to swell here, making it difficult for me to talk, but my plans here are to do everything in Haven first. That will give me a little bit of extra experience, maybe a couple of extra abilities, make things a little bit better, a little bit easier in the hinterlands. With the trials turned on, things are a little bit more challenging, so I want to make sure I'm ready. And I am playing on Nightmare difficulty. Now I'm going to stop trying to talk over the loud music. Oh, so that's what we're playing. I'd almost forgotten. Okay, now we're going to head back into the Chantry, and why am I staring at a pile of wood? Okay, where even am I here? What the heck? I'm like way over here. What in the... Wow. I didn't even touch my controller that whole time, so... I don't know why it moved me all the way over there. Okay, we're going to unlock the war table and then start doing stuff in Haven.
Does it trouble you?
I just wish I knew what it was. Or how I got it.
We will find out. What's important is that your mark is now stable, as is the breach. You've given us time, and Solas believes a second attempt might succeed, provided the mark has more power. The same level of power used to open the breach in the first place. That is not easy to come by.
What harm could there be in powering up something we barely understand?
Hold on to that sense of humor. You've met Commander Cullen, leader of the Inquisition's forces.
It was only for a moment on the field. I'm pleased you survived.
This is Lady Josephine Montelier, our ambassador and chief diplomat.
Anderan Atishan.
You speak Elven?
You've just heard the entirety of it, I'm afraid.
And of course, you know Sister Liliana.
My position here involves a degree of...
She is our spy master.
Yes, tactfully put, Cassandra.
That's an impressive bunch of titles.
I mentioned that your mark needs more power to close the breach for good.
Which means we must approach the rebel mages for help.
And I still disagree. The Templars could serve just as well.
We need power, Commander. Enough magic poured into that mark.
Might destroy us all. Templars could suppress the breach, weaken it, so...
Pure speculation.
I was a Templar. I know what they're capable of.
Unfortunately, neither group will even speak to us yet. The Chantry has denounced the Inquisition, and you specifically.
That didn't take long.
Shouldn't they be busy arguing over who's going to become divine?
Some are calling you, a Dalish elf, the Herald of Andraste. That frightens the Chantry. The remaining clerics have declared it blasphemy, and we, heretics, for harboring you.
Chancellor Roderick's doing, no doubt.
It limits our options. Approaching the mages or Templars for help is currently out of the question.
Just how am I the Herald of Andraste?
People saw what you did at the temple, how you stopped the breach from growing. They have also heard about the woman seen in the rift when we first found you. They believe that was Andraste.
Even if we tried to stop that view from spreading...
Which we have not.
The point is, everyone is talking about you.
It's quite the title, isn't it? How do you feel about that?
I'm no herald of anything, particularly not Andraste.
I'm sure the Chantry would agree.
People are desperate for a sign of hope. For some, you're that sign.
And to others, a symbol of everything that's gone wrong.
So if I wasn't with the Inquisition...
Well, let's be honest, they would have censored us no matter what.
And you not being here isn't an option.
There is something you can do. A Chantry cleric by the name of Mother Giselle has asked to speak to you. She is not far, and knows those involved far better than I. Her assistance could be invaluable.
Why would someone from the Chantry help a declared heretic?
I understand she's a reasonable sort. Perhaps she does not agree with her sisters. You will find Mother Giselle tending to the wounded in the hinterlands near Redcliffe.
Look for other opportunities to expand the Inquisition's influence while you're there.
We need agents to extend our reach beyond this valley, and you're better suited than anyone to recruit them.
In the meantime, let's think of other options. I won't leave this all to the Herald.
Okay, War Table tutorial time. War Table allows you to apply the power of the Inquisition throughout Orlais and Ferelden. Nothing much to do in Orlais right now, though. The Inquisition can unlock new areas for you to explore through scouting operations. Scout the hinterlands. Mother Giselle was last seen in the hinterlands outside Redcliffe, tending refugees who fled the fighting between renegade Templars and
What have
apostate
your ears heard,
mages.
Leliana? Anything new we don't already know about?
No, nothing.
The latest reports suggest that the vicious struggle between the two groups has spread to the hinterlands, etching up the refugees and Mother Giselle in the middle. It is vital to protect her and, if possible, restore order to the area. With arrows. You know, I think Scout Harding is a little too happy about poking those apostates and renegade Templars full of holes. We avoided the fighting as best we could. It's every bit as bad as we feared. The apostates are mad, attacking anything that moves, and it appears that the Templars aren't following anyone's orders any longer. We located Mother Giselle and are trying to protect her, but she refuses to leave the refugees. until we've ensured their safety. That will be hard to do without the troops to push the apostates and Templars out of the area. Commander Cullen asked me to make inquiries of Master Dennett, a retired horsemaster of Redcliffe who lives in the area. We tried to contact him about obtaining better horses for the Inquisition, but we've been unable to get through the fighting. Lead Scout Harding. Okay, we're not going to go to the hinterlands just yet. We're going to do some stuff in Haven first, and maybe level up. We shall see. I'm not sure. Mission tutorial here. Okay, so the first missions I want to do are the Arden Hightown mission, which gives us a power amulet for Varric. And I'm not going to read through all of these. I will scroll through them so that they will be available in the archive.
Let's see what we have
Of this stream. So in case somebody wants to read them. I will have Josephine contact my clan. They think I'm being held against my will.
Let us begin.
And I'm going to have Cullen send an honor guard to the Terran of High River, who's holding a vigil for Justinian.
All right.
Those are pretty short, so I should be able to come back and claim the rewards from them soon. While I'm sitting here, I'm going to unlock the Black Emporium. Just to point out that it can be unlocked very early in the game. Basically, one of the first things you can do is go to the Black Emporium. I'm going to go ahead and go there because I want to tweak the way my character looks. This is actually one of the huge advantages of having the Black Emporium, because before it existed, you had to restart from scratch and play through the introduction again before you really saw how your Inquisitor was going to look. Also, the lighting is slightly better in the character creator here. Not a lot better.
Help yourself to a sock from the basket, but only one!
Here's Chauncey the tiny bear. Alright, so I want to change my eyebrows. They were bugging me. They're a little too furry. They look a little furrier than I wanted. And, like I said, I guess they didn't look quite as furry in the other character creator. And I also want to darken the Silays Valasleen. So let's see, we got eyes. Change the eyebrow style slightly. I don't want them to be too small, but I don't want them to be too big either. That one has like a scar. These ones actually look pretty good. Those are the big furry ones again. These are, again, too big, way too big. Too thin in the edges, and that's getting ridiculous from there. So let's go back to, okay, I think these are the ones I want. And I want them to be a little bit higher. I don't want her to look surprised, but I don't want her to look frowny-faced all the time either. When I made her eyes, I kind of wanted the look to be, she's a fire mage, so I kind of wanted to give her a kind of a fiery look to her eyes and to her hair. I might want to tweak her hair color too. Let's have a look. Oops. I definitely like this hairstyle. Maybe a little lighter? Kind of as dark as it gets. I don't know, I kind of like the dark red. I think I'm going to stick with that. And the tattoo. And I'm gonna have to, it's as dark as it'll get from the design. One more and it gets to the next one, so I'm gonna have to tweak the color. And I wanted the color to kind of match her hair, but at the same time I want it to be dark enough that it's kind of easy to see. Tricky. Problem is that if I go too far down, it turns black, and if I go too far up, it's colored the right way, but it's too light. Hard to see. Somewhere in between like that. Maybe it's just really hard to tweak by little tiny amounts. Okay. A little more, maybe a little more. Too dark. Oh, good grief. Whoops. I did not mean to do that. Set it. Yeah, all the way to the right, and then tweak it until I get just dark enough. Okay, that looks good, I think. Yeah, it looks really different. See, with certain lighting, it's still kind of hard to see, but so I have to live with it. I didn't want one of the Valisline that was like all over the face. I'll have to go with that. Let's see. Anything else I want to change? The lips. I think that's, believe it or not, that is minimum lip gloss. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, oh, that's makeup, isn't lip gloss. Lip shine minimum. It doesn't look like it, but we have it. Want to tweak her lips at all? No, I think they're good. Yeah, she has the look that I want. Kind of plain, but maybe a little mysterious looking. Triangular sort of shaped face. That's what I was going for. It's going back up there, I would say. Except pages. That's it.
At least no one will point and laugh.
Just a minor change, but I'm going to be coming back here later while I'm not streaming to get myself some extra gold and to buy up these some crafting materials so that I can make all of the gear that I want to make. But for now, we're going to go back and finish up Haven. The quests in Haven. Sorry if you felt that was too much time in the character creator, but the look of the character is kind of important to me. We're going to be looking at it for a lot of hours, through a lot of dialogue. Okay, since we're outside here, I guess we can talk to the smith first.
If the
Inquisition
wants to field a decent cavalry, it needs better horses. I heard Seeker Pentecost might try to acquire suitable.
I'm going to grab all of my other characters' schematics from the Golden Nug, but not just yet.
Back in Ansburg, my uncle was...
Expected you'd be by. I'm Harriet, and everyone knows who you are. How's the new gear fit?
Sturdy and warm. It's perfect.
Good. World's gone mad. Stock armor and blades are good against bandits, but we're not fighting bandits. My gear will see you through demons, apostates, whatever this world throws at you. So, you need custom work, something special. You bring the materials to us, we'll make it happen.
What can you and your team make here?
Arms and armor. We work iron to blighted dragon bone if you've got it. Our designs are simple, but they get the job done. You want something fancy, bring your own design. We'll see what we can do.
Does the Inquisition not have supplies to make armor or weapons?
Tough convincing traders to haul up here. Impossible to get them to risk the rare stuff, so that's on you.
How did you come to be here?
Come from a little town called Lothering. Long gone now. I was in Redcliffe when the Darkspawn hit it during the Blight. Helped rebuild. Left when royalty decided it was time to hand the place over to the bloody mages. Then again, fair's fair. It was one of them that stopped the Blight and all. Ended up here. Just missed the boom. Can't decide if I'm the luckiest son of a bitch walking or the exact opposite.
Whichever you are, I hope the streak is broken.
A man can dream.
Who outfits the Inquisition's soldiers?
Not me. I've got work to do. Can't be passing a sword to every blighter who signs up. If you want to help the troops, talk to Thren, the quartermaster. She'll set up requisitions.
Can you help improve my arms and armor?
Yes. You find a new piece, a pauldron or greaves, we'll take care of you. You can't just slap a new hilt on your sword in the field. Bring it here, we'll make sure it's done right and proper.
If I want something, what can you make?
Start simple. Something to keep you safe. Take a look at it on the table there and we can talk. You'll need materials. We should have what you want just outside.
Goodbye.
Right.
Alright, so I may as well take care of these crafting quests, since all the materials you need for them are right here. There's an upgrade here. There's some materials in here to make armor. There's also a staff schematic. And that should be all I need. I'll go through the crafting tutorial. I'll make an apprentice coat with the stuff that I have. Both of these give willpower in the utility slot. Do I even have a utility slot? I don't think I do. No, I just have a defense slot, so I want spirit resistance slot. Alright, that was easy. And I'm going to call that, I always name stuff that I make based on the materials and the level of the thing, so, and what it is. So I'm going to call this Apprentice 1, because it's made with tier 1 materials. And now I need to upgrade it. With magic. Okay, so now let's see how that compares to the light armor of the dragon, which is the light armor of the dragon is 63 with 5% fire resistance. And this is 63 with lots more resistances. So already, this armor of the dragon that actually you get right off the bat is pretty crappy, because the first thing you can craft with free materials is better. Alright.
Serve you well.
While I'm at it, I'll make an apprentice staff too. What the heck? Oh, that's going to be a cold staff. I think I want to hang on to my fire staff. Although, what damage does my fire staff do? 37 for the dragon staff. And this is only 32. So I'll use the dragon staff. I'll probably replace Solus's staff though. I'll do that later after I've bought all of the materials that I want. I took care of the little quest here. Put on the stuff that I just bought. Or just made, rather. Sell that. Put on that we just made, and sell that. And we'll continue wearing the silly hat. Or I can make a better one. Okay. One other thing I need to do, I need to buy a respec amulet. I can respec and then sell off the crap that... Oh, the wisp essence is everything. Taking up inventory space. Okay, and I'm gonna put on that amulet so I can respec. Because I want to get Fade Step. And that's all I can get for now. Let me switch those around to the spots where I want them. I played a couple of mages already, so I'm sort of used to having a certain set of buttons. Okay. Now I can zip around here. Oof. In a hurry. You want to go in and talk to the quartermaster and the apothecary.
Master Harry said that without more ore, he won't be able to get blades for the recruits.
Tell Master Harriet that ore doesn't grow on trees.
Yes, Mom. I think he knows, Mom. He talked about how we have to dig it up.
This guy isn't the sharpest nail in the box.
If you're here to clean, Hess can get you a bucket and a broom. Anyone calls you knife here, come to me. Oh, you're her. Thren. Inquisition Quartermaster. I'm doing what I can to supply this mess. If you find what I need to fill one of my requisitions, I'd appreciate you bringing it in.
What do you do here?
I make sure the Inquisition troops have food in their bellies and iron in their hands. Both are important. Lots of people expecting us to be heroes, marching all day to fight the demons. Turns out heroes need to dig latrines just like everyone else.
How does someone end up as quartermaster for the Inquisition?
I served for Eldon under Ten Loghain MacTier. Best commanding officer this world has ever seen. After they all turned on him at Denerim, though, there wasn't much use for people who held that opinion. Queen Honora offered my services to the Inquisition. It was a kindness. She knew I supported her father and got me away from the political garbage.
With that attitude, I can't imagine how you made enemies in Denerim.
People just don't want to hear the truth. I was at Ostagar, and I know what really happened. King Cailan overextended his position, and the Grey Wardens were too late lighting the signal. Following the original plan would have gotten everyone killed. Ten Loghain made the right decision. I apologize. Sister Liliana told me I shouldn't talk about this. Just forget it.
Running into some animation glitches here, and I'm hoping everything's going okay with my system. If there are interruptions in the stream, something funny's going on here. Anyway, let's continue here. I need to get a requisition from her.
What did you mean when you mentioned requisitions?
I'm making this Inquisition run with what we have, but we're not a real army. We're stretched thin on materials, so I've put up a requisition list for anything that could help our people. Here, take a look. You find some iron and a good logging site, maybe Harriet can get our troops better weapons.
Farewell.
Make her go with you.
Okay, now I want to go talk to the Apothecary. Find recipes through exploration or visiting merchants, blah blah blah.
Fliss said to check with you to make sure these are safe to serve.
They're fine. Nobody will take sick as long as she boils them right. Smart woman for asking, though. Look who's back from the dead. Again.
I don't recall meeting you before.
I'd be surprised if you did. You weren't particularly coherent. Someone had to patch you up after you staggered out of making those wear, though. So, you're welcome.
It has been a rough few days.
That's an understatement. And more ahead if the weather is any indication. Name's Adan. I'm in charge of keeping our little band here stocked with potions and elixirs. Not that Seeker Pentagast seems to care whether we've got the supplies to actually do that.
For a healer, you don't seem particularly nurturing.
I'm not a healer. I'm an alchemist who's forced to play Mother Hen. You want something to burst into flame on contact with the air? Done. Gladly. Patching up wounded soldiers is a waste of my time and talents. But there are a few around who can help.
How are your people holding up?
There's no shortage of work. That's for damn sure.
Farewell.
Oops. Forgot to get the quest from him.
Back. And in one piece.
Is there anything I can do to help out?
We're fine as far as raw labor goes. You've more important things to do than tend to me. I only wish I'd been able to find Master Tajin's notes. Old bastard was working on something special. He died at the Conclave, and his notes weren't here. Been too busy dealing with the wounded to look for them.
Farewell.
Okay, so normally at this point I would equip potions and do what upgrades I can. However, I have not been picking any elf root because I'm going to buy the elf root that I need with the money that I'm going to hack for myself. So I do want to loot things like this so that I get schematics like that. for free. Okay, let me do these 2 quests, and then I will come back to talk to my team members. Oh, before I do that, there's a couple of missions ready at the Chantry, so let's go get those. You always want to be running missions all the time.
Make her hear my cry. Seat me by your side in death.
Maximize the rewards. Looks like everybody is back. So we got some Blood Lotus from Clan Lavellan, Andaram Atishan. And we got Amulet of Power for Varric from Liliana. And the Turn of Highever gave us a sword, which we won't be using after we craft one, but okay for now, I guess. Okay, so addressing the nobleman's concerns, I want to send Liliana's people out there to win his favor. Josephine just wants to ignore him, but there is a reward to be had there. And then Josephine can go hire some people to do some stuff for gold.
Let us begin.
That's it for now. Now, while I'm sitting here in the Chantry, I might as well do, let's see, there's a little vignette here. Take care of.
The Inquisition cannot remain, Ambassador, if you can't prove it was founded on Justinia's orders.
This is an inopportune time, Marquis. More of the faithful flock here each day. But allow me to introduce you to the brave soul who risked her life to slow the magic of the breach. Mistress Lavellan, this is the Marquis d'Aurelion, one of Divine Justinia's greatest supporters.
And the rightful owner of Haven. House d'Aurelion lent Justinia these lands for pilgrimage. This Inquisition is not a beneficiary of this arrangement.
This is the first I've heard of Haven having an owner outside the Chantry.
My wife, Lady Machin of Denver, has claimed to Haven by ancient treaty with the monarchs of Ferelden. We were honored to lend this use to Divine Justinia. She was a woman of supreme merit. I will not let an upstart order remain on her holy grounds.
Interesting, considering the Inquisition was begun by the left and right hands of the Divine.
I've seen no written records from Sister Liliana or Seeker Pentacus that Justinia approved the Inquisition.
If you won't take her at her word, I'm afraid Seeker Pentagast must challenge him to a duel.
What?
It is a matter of honor among the Navarrans. Shall I arrange the bout for tonight?
No. Perhaps my reaction to the Inquisition's presence was somewhat hasty.
We face a dark time, Your Grace. Divine Justinia would not want her passing to divide us. She would, in fact, trust us to forge new alliances to the benefit of all, no matter how strange they might seem.
I'll think on it, Lady Montillier. The Inquisition might stay in the meanwhile.
Do the Durelians actually have a claim on this place?
His Grace's position is not so strong as he presents it. Despite their Ferelden relations, the Durelions are our legion. If the Marquis wishes to claim Haven, Empress Selene must negotiate with the Ferelden on his behalf. Her current concerns are a bit larger than minor property disputes.
I'm so pleased the Marquis isn't tossing us out into the cold.
His Grace is only the first of many dignitaries we must contend with.
You expect more people in Haven?
Undoubtedly. And each visitor will spread the story of the Inquisition after they depart. An ambassador should ensure the tale is as complimentary as possible.
May I ask what brought you to work for the Inquisition?
Sister Liliana approached me. We've been acquainted for quite some time. For better or worse, being the Inquisition's diplomat has become as interesting as she promised.
What sort of dealings have you had with nobility?
For some years, I was the royally appointed court ambassador from Antiva to Orlais. The nobility of Thedas is a rather singular sphere. Those I'm not acquainted with, I know through reputation.
I'm glad for your help. I have a feeling the Inquisition's going to need it.
I do believe you are correct. Thedas' politics have become agitated as of late. I hope to guide us down smoother paths. But please excuse me. I've much work to do before the day is done.
Alright, and I have nothing to give to Researcher Manev, but I may as well have a word with her.
You're the Herald. Or, well, the one they're calling the Herald, anyway. It's odd to see them accepting a mage as their hero. Especially a Dalish elf. One look at your face and it's clear you were never part of a circle. My name is Manev. I research demons and other creatures. Seeker Pentagast and I use what I find to help the soldiers fight them.
You said you were a mage?
No, just an apprentice. Circle mages must prove themselves in a ritual called the Harrowing. I was never very good at magic. I've got just enough talent to be a danger to other people. But when the mages rebelled, people like me had nowhere to go. The Templars would have killed us. Luckily, Seeker Pentagast took me in, along with the Tranquil I was protecting.
I'm surprised that even an apprentice mage wouldn't join the rebellion.
I don't like using magic to fight. I'm not good at it either. I liked studying. I liked performing rituals that helped us unlock the secrets of the Veil. I liked having the Templars around to keep us safe.
You might have done well among the Dalish. Our mages are encouraged to study safely.
Fenrir will take the Dalish. Don't let my lack of Valisleen fool you, Lethleen. I was a proud member of my clan until my magic manifested. You know what happens when they have too many mages. They gave me a pack and sent me into the woods to find my own life. I was 7 years old.
No wonder you'd rather stay in the circle. You had more than enough life outdoors.
I stumbled into a village, starving and cold a few weeks later. I started using magic to scare predators away. The villagers saw me make fire in my fist. They were terrified and wanted to kill me. Templars saved me from them. They gave me food and clothes and took me to the circle. I've seen what life is like without the Templars, and I want no part of it. I just want to study.
You said that you were keeping some of the Tranquils safe?
Yes. The mages took some of them when my circle rebelled, but the rest were forgotten. Most circle mages look down on the Tranquil, or try to pretend they don't exist. They don't have any emotions. They can barely take care of themselves, can't defend themselves at all. It's a shame. I like them better than most people.
That's an unusual statement.
They're polite. They don't bother you if they don't need some for focus no normal person could ever match. But the Templars, even some of the mages, mistreated them just because they could. The Tranquil never fought back. If not for that, I don't know. Doesn't really matter now.
You said Cassandra has you researching creatures.
Yes. If you find anything interesting in your travels, I'd appreciate you bringing it to me. I may be able to find some weakness our soldiers can exploit when fighting various creatures. At the least, some materials are useful for making potions or gear for the Inquisition.
Why did you decide to research dangerous creatures?
I like the outdoors. The idea of the outdoors, anyway. When some monster is coming at you, glowing eyes and burning claws, it's terrifying. But once you know how it works, you can deal with it. It's just another part of the world. So much of this world is only frightening because we don't understand it.
I'll speak with you later.
Travel safely.
Okay, nothing to turn in. Now, I'm gonna try looting a few things here. One thing I am not doing is I'm not reading any of these codex entries, and the reason for that is I'm waiting until I have a few knowledge abilities, Inquisition perks, so that I get more experience from reading them. I am going to check the loot here though, because there are things that I might get that aren't available for sale. Like that ring, for example, although rings will be available once I get to Valroya, so that's not really so important. Amulets would be better. And again, a belt, but there are belts that I want in Battle Royale. Speaking of amulets, while I'm thinking about it, let's give Varric his amulet that we got. And spend his ability point. Actually, everybody's got an ability point to spend. I want to respec Cassandra so that she has a Warcry instead of Challenge, so I'm not going to bother spending her point. Solus, I want to get him towards the Dispel and Revival abilities. And Varric, continue giving him Archer abilities. Might want to respec him too, because Caltrops is not particularly useful for him early in the game. As long as the warrior is holding aggro, the ranged people shouldn't be getting hit, shouldn't be having an opportunity to use things that require melee range. Okay, so if I was rogue I could open these now, but you do want to click at least one of them before you get Sarah. Sarah is the one that can open them for you if you're not a rogue. But you have to touch the lock first and get the message requires a rogue before you are able to ask Sarah to do it. And I'm not sure why Varric won't do it, but you can't ask Varric to do it. I guess he doesn't like messing around in the chantry.
My creator, judge me hard. Find me well with your grace. Touch me with fire that I be cleansed.
So the only materials I'd be picking up from those sacks and like that are rare ones. The other ones I can buy. Let's have a word with Liliana. I guess I said I was going to come back and talk to everybody after I did the quest, but I'm going ahead and talking to everybody first.
The champions of the just, blessed are the righteous, the lights in the shadow. In their blood, the Maker's will is written. Is that what you want from us? Blood? To die so that your will is done? Is death your only blessing? You speak for Andraste, no? What does the Maker's prophet have to say about all of this? What's his game?
How is this a game?
Do you see the sky? What about the temple ruins? The bones lying in the dust? Even if you didn't support the Divine's peace, you wouldn't call this right. Who could? So many innocent lives. The faithful murdered where the holiest of holies once stood. If the Maker willed this, what is it if not a game or a cruel joke?
Don't ask me. I'm as baffled as you are.
You probably don't even worship the Maker. Lucky. He asks a lot. The Chantry teaches that the Maker abandoned us. He demands repentance for our sins. He demands it all. Our lives, our deaths. Justinia gave him everything she had, and he let her die.
Maybe you should be angry at the people who murdered her.
If the Maker doesn't intervene to save the best of his servants, what good is he? I used to believe I was chosen, just as some say you are. I thought I was fulfilling his purpose for me, working with the Divine, helping people. But now she's dead. It was all for nothing. Serving the Maker meant nothing.
I'm not really the best person to talk to. Doesn't the Chantry have people for this?
So I should let a priest comfort me? No, this is my burden. I regret that I even let you see me like this. It was a moment of weakness. It won't happen again. Come, to work then. We will speak later.
Okay, another chest over here to check out. Couple, actually. Requires level 8 dagger.
How many people are going to die before this is over?
Not as many as would have if we weren't here.
I'm gonna go have a word with Solus. Now, this character is going to be romancing Solus, so I want to be really nice to Solus and kissy face. So one thing we can't do is we can't talk to him about elves just yet, because he doesn't like talking about the Dalish. He doesn't like the Dalish
Chosen of
very much.
Andraste, a blessed hero sent to save us all.
Am I riding in on a shining steed?
I would have suggested a griffon, but sadly they're extinct. Joke as you will, posturing is necessary. I've journeyed deep into the Fade in ancient ruins and battlefields to see the dreams of lost civilizations. I've watched as hosts of spirits clash to reenact the bloody past in ancient wars both famous and forgotten. Every great war has its heroes. I'm just curious what kind you'll be.
What do you mean, ruins and battlefields?
Any building strong enough to withstand the rigors of time has a history. Every battlefield is steeped in death. Both attract spirits. They press against the veil, weakening the barrier between our worlds. When I dream in such places, I go deep into the Fade. I can find memories no other living being has ever seen.
You fall asleep in the middle of ancient ruins? Isn't that dangerous?
I do set wards. And if you leave food out for the giant spiders, they are usually content to live and let live.
I've never heard of anyone going so far into the Fade. That's extraordinary.
Thank you. It's not a common field of study for obvious reasons. Not so flashy as throwing fire or lightning. The thrill of finding remnants of a 1,000-year-old dream? I would not trade it for anything. I will stay there. At least until the breach has been closed.
Was that in doubt?
I am an apostate mage surrounded by chantry forces, and unlike you, I do not have a divine mark protecting me. Cassandra has been accommodating, but you understand my caution.
You came here to help Solus. I won't let them use that against you.
How would you stop them?
However I had to.
Thank you. But
I
now
don't know
let
if
us
you
hope
can...
either the mages or the Templars have the power to seal the breach.
I don't know if you can hear in the background, but my dog is talking to me. And I'm not sure what she wants, but she can wait a little while until we finish this area of Haven. Go on, puppy dog, lay down. Okay, sorry for that. Okay, now we got another thing to loot here. Regular materials. Let's have a quick word with Eric.
So, now that Cassandra's out of earshot, are you holding up all right? I mean, you go from being the most wanted criminal in Thedas to joining the armies of the faithful. Most people would have spread that out over more than one day.
None of this shit should have happened.
You don't know the half of it. For days now, we've been staring at the breach, watching demons and maker knows what fall out of it. Bad for morale would be an understatement. I still can't believe anyone was in there and lived.
If it was that bad, why did you stay? Cassandra said you were free to go.
I like to think I'm as selfish and irresponsible as the next guy, but this... Thousands of people died on that mountain. I was almost one of them. And now there's a hole in the sky. Even I can't walk away and just leave that to sort itself out.
I'm still not sure I believe any of this.
She still has her angry face on.
This is all just the Maker winding us up. I hope there's a damn good punchline coming. You might want to consider running at the first opportunity. I've written enough tragedies to recognize where this is going. Heroes are everywhere. I've seen that. But the hole in the sky... that's beyond heroes. We're going to need a miracle.
Okay. Shortcut. Not getting any necklaces or amulets.
Still got demons pouring out of the rifts.
Nice bow, but I'm sure I'll be able to craft better. I don't really want to talk to Sigrid. He's a jerk. I'm just going to completely ignore him. Hey, another schematic. There's another Ferelden Captain Longsword, which is exactly what we got as a quest reward from that one
You're not laying siege to anything. That's an excellent point, Recruit.
war table mission.
Someone comes to lay siege to us. Perhaps it will be best for us to have some means to fight back.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
Okay, we've looked at everything inside the walls, except Sigrid, which I'm not going to talk to him.
Does the darkness creep? It is the
So now I need to talk to Cassandra, and Cullen, and this Templar woman, and then go and find the notes, Tajin's notes, and a logging stand.
Ugh.
I think you need practice dummies made of sturdier stuff.
That would be nice.
Like maybe iron.
Did I do the right thing? What I have set in motion here could destroy everything I have revered my whole life. One day they may write about me as a traitor, a madwoman, a fool. And they may be right.
What does your faith tell you?
I believe you are innocent. I believe more is going on here than we can see. And I believe no one else cares to do anything about it. They will stand in the fire and complain that it is hot. But is this the Maker's will? I can only guess.
What's going to happen now?
Now, we deal with the Chantry's panic over you before they do even more harm. Then we close the breach. We are the only ones who can. After that, we find out who is responsible for this chaos, and we end them. And if there are consequences to be paid for what I have done, I pay them. I only pray the price is not too high.
Isn't it a bit late to worry about it now?
We have only just begun. My trainers always said, Cassandra, you are too brash. You must think before you act. I see what must be done, and I do it. I see no point in running around in circles like a dog chasing its tail. But I misjudged you in the beginning, did I not? I thought the answer was before me, clear as day. I cannot afford to be so careless again.
Can't say I'm not grateful to hear that.
I can be harsh, I know. You've said you don't believe you're chosen. Does that mean you also don't believe in the Maker?
I'm Dalish. I believe in our own gods.
And there's no room among your gods for one more? I suppose it doesn't matter now. I have to believe we were put on this path for a reason, even if you do not. Now it simply remains to see where it leads us.
Alright, Cullen. Half the time when I talk to him, I accidentally flirt with him.
If this man were your enemy, you'd be dead.
The flirt.
Lieutenant, don't hold back. The recruits must prepare for a real fight, not a practice one.
Yes, Commander.
The flirt option is not very flirty.
We've received a number of recruits. Locals from Haven and some pilgrims. None made quite the entrance you did.
At least I got everyone's attention.
That you did. I was recruited to the Inquisition in Kirkwall myself. I was there during the Mage Uprising. I saw firsthand the devastation it caused.
Sir.
Cassandra sought a solution. When she offered me a position, I left the Templars to join her cause. Now it seems we face something far worse.
The Conclave destroyed, a giant hole in the sky. Things aren't looking good.
Which is why we're needed. The Chantry lost control of both Templars and Mages. Now they argue over a new Divine while the breach remains. The Inquisition could act when the Chantry cannot. Our followers would be part of that. There's so much we can...
Forgive me. I doubt you came here for a lecture.
You've given this a lot of thought.
I know what happens when order is lost, and action comes too late. There's still a lot of work ahead.
Commander, Sir Raiden has a report on our supply lines.
As I was saying.
Alrighty, we got a couple of chests over here too. This particular chest is actually drops level 2 items. It's a level 2 chest. I think there's another one in Haven too, but I don't remember exactly where it is. In any case, the only thing I'm looking for from chests at this point is really ammo.
We cannot stay here.
Why not?
And schematics.
Because we're Templars.
What does that even mean anymore? That we splinter and fight amongst ourselves instead of protecting the mages? You're the one they're calling the Herald.
You don't sound happy about that.
I'm not. You are a mage, and magic was meant to serve man, not rule him. Yet here you are, testing that core tenet of the Chantry. I did not join the Order to adjust my faith so easily, but I appreciate what the Inquisition is trying to do, and your role in it. Though you may find not many Templars do. We're a distrustful lot by nature.
How did you come to be a Templar?
It seemed the right thing to do. My family are tradesfolk in Norin. I could have become a cobbler like my father, but this seemed better. It's a chance to uphold the Chantry's laws and help the mages through a troubled time.
Not every Templar feels that way.
I know. Power can corrupt. It's a delicate balance. One person trying to do something can make a difference. You should keep that in mind, Herald.
I like your take on the Templar Order.
It's a shadow of what it was. Where once we both protected all people from the dangers of magic, we now posture and grab at power. One day, I hope the circles are again sanctuaries where mages can practice their craft.
You're not going to rejoin the Order?
When the temple went up, your forces rescued those few of us still alive. My life is a debt I intend to repay, however I can.
Do you have any idea what caused the explosion?
No, I'm just a recruit. Belief and faith doesn't get you closer to the important meetings. Though that distance did save my life.
I will talk to you later.
Walk in the Maker's grace.
Boom. Search tutorial coming up.
There must be something here.
Cheese! Oh, and papers. But I want the cheese! Any more cheese? Some vegetables. Make some cheese and vegetable stew. Or something. Okay, I do need to pick up a little bit of iron here to fulfill this requisition, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Get it out of the way. That's the first resource I picked up, so it's gonna tell me about gathering resources. One more. And there's a whole lot of resources to be had out in this area, but also rams. But I'm not going to bother again because I'm going to buy out everything I need. Here's the logging stand. Now let's zip back to Haven and finish up these quests. I'm gonna wait till I can bid step off the end. Come on, come on! Whee! I thought I was gonna fly and I didn't. I just kind of like fell down to the ice. Oh well. Wasn't exciting as I was hoping.
A learned child is a blessing upon his parents and onto the maker.
Is it me or are those Chantry sisters just super annoying?
Come to me, child, and I shall embrace you in my arms.
I think maybe maybe it just bugs me because I wanted the writers to write a few more verses for them to talk about.
Sigrid is willing to pay.
Okay, that gives us a PowerPoint and some influence.
To be honest, I'm not sure who would buy them.
Oh, I leveled up. Nice.
Stand on us. I hope my hunch was wrong.
You knew him well?
Not as well as I thought. Show me the reports. There were so many questions surrounding Farria's death. Did he think we wouldn't notice? He's killed Farria, one of my best agents, and knows where the others are. You know what must be done. Make it clean. Painless if you can. We were friends once.
This is one of the first opportunities you have to affect Liliana's path in the future.
Wait, what are you doing?
He betrayed us. He murdered my agent.
And you'd kill him, just like that?
You find fault with my decision?
I'm sure most of your decisions are fine, but that one? A little extreme.
Extreme? Butler's betrayal put our agents in danger. I condemned one man to save dozens. I may not like what I do, but it must be done. I cannot afford the luxury of ideals at a time like this.
If you don't like what you do, it's a pretty good sign you're doing something bad.
That is certainly one way to put it. Very well. I will think of another way to deal with this man. Apprehend Butler, but see that he lives. Now, if you're happy, I have more work to do.
In Dragon Age Origins, this was called hardening or softening, and it was a little bit more explicit, but in Inquisition it's just sort of implied by what choices you make when you're interacting with Liliana. And I don't think there are any other characters really that you can affect in the same way. Why did I hand over here? I don't want to head over here. Hand over to the alchemist. Okay. Oh, I want to talk to Flissa first, though. Flissa's funny.
Fix the door just like you asked, Flissa.
Oh,
Could be better.
Bless you. Can I get you something for your trouble?
Master Harriet said I should go back right away.
This guy gets around.
That's why. Oh, Maker, you're here. You're the Herald of Andraste. And you were sent to shame us for mistreating the elves. I pay my elves good and proper, you should know. Friend of the alienage and all, and... I mean, I'm Flissa. Can I get you a drink?
I'm not the Herald of Andraste, and the Maker didn't send me.
Is this a test? I heard there might be tests of faith. It's all right. Don't say anything. As I said, I'm Flissa. The Inquisition soldiers needed a place to unwind, so Liliana brought me in to set up a tavern. Nothing fancy, but it's safer for the soldiers than looking for trouble in some village.
You said Liliana asked you to run an Inquisition tavern. How did you meet?
Dumb luck, mainly. I managed an inn back in Denerim. When I heard interesting gossip, I'd pass word to Liliana. Sometimes it was helpful. She asked if I wanted to own my own tavern, and I said yes. I didn't realize she meant this.
What can you tell me about this area?
Adan is Haven's apothecary.
He's been making potions and tending to the wounded as best he can. Harriet is the Inquisition smith. Whatever he can make you, Thren the quartermaster can probably find. And for anything fancier, you can try buying from Segret. His prices aren't too high. Yet. Oh, there's also Minave. She studies beasts and things, as I understand.
Farewell.
Goodbye.
I love Felissa. Too bad she doesn't really have more of a story after Haven, other than joining the Chantry.
You're back. And in one piece.
You said you thought Master Tajin was working on something special. If it helps, I found his notes.
The old codger was on the edge of a breakthrough here, but he couldn't see it. You want some of these mixed up? You just give the word.
Farewell.
Alright, so let's check our quest log. Our journal. Finished the intro quest, and we have done all these things in Haven. We don't have anything. Oh, there's something left in Haven. What is it? Mixing potions. I can't do that until I get some elf fruit. I'll do that when I come back from getting elf fruit. And other than that, we just need to head to the hinterlands. So I think that's going to about do it for this stream time. I'm going to go back to the war table and pick up any missions that might have come back, and then I will take a break. And while I am gone, I will get myself, hack myself some gold, get myself some crafting materials, and then I will return and head to the hinterlands with a newly equipped party. Alright, well, 12 more minutes on that one.
Nothing yet.
But we got some gold from that one. Okay, that's it. That's all there is to do here. So thanks for watching, and I'll be back later. If it will let me save the game. There we go. Okay. Bye-bye.